What is the inspired garden, and how do we create one? We all have space that we can share with nature. Even a tiny balcony has room for a garden retreat. If you're renting, consider building a container garden that you can take with you if you decide to move. The inspired garden reveals the uniqueness of the person who creates it. It is artistic expression using landscape materials. Gardens that we build ourselves are more intimate. They tell a story. We become captivated by and engrossed in the process. Time stops. The world shrinks. We put ourselves into a blissful trance, and it's quite addictive. So here's a 4-step method that you might try the next time you want to change or add a feature to your garden. It offers a spark into the design process and a way of looking at the world imaginatively. First, identify a specific want or need. It could be privacy from your neighbors, garden path from here to there, or maybe a planting to use as a focal point for a sitting area. Second, ask yourself what images you've seen that really resonate with you and could be used as inspiration to fulfill that need. You might have seen an interesting area while walking through a park, or an intriguing photograph while leafing through a magazine, or an incredible feature while visiting another garden. Instead of trying to mimic that particular scene, take a couple of those likes that you have and in your mind combine them. For example, I want a new planting area, and I really love this cactus I saw in Southwest Magazine, and I really love this koi pond that I saw in a Japanese garden. Wouldn't it be great to see a cactus poking up through a pond? Now I have my concept. So, third, knowledge of materials is important. When you're looking up something using the internet, it's very easy to find that information. And if I take that cactus and I plant it in water, it's going to be a very short-term success. Now, this third step compares the image in your mind to the end result in the practical world. And if it won't work, don't throw the concept out. And obviously, this planting scenario won't work. So in my mind, I try alternatives. I might decide to create a cactus sculpture instead of using the real thing. What if I used cardboard, cedar, blue plastic, polished aluminum, or colored concrete? I take each speculation, like using colored concrete, and I envision the end result. I weigh the pros and the cons and see what's likely to work. I might decide to keep the real cactus and change the water aspect instead, maybe use colored glass pebbles, or I might decide to build a waterproof island within the pond. This is where you use your imagination. 4, you narrow the ideas down, you choose one, and you sleep on it. You let your subconscious work on it and see if you have any new insights the next morning. You might want to tweak it. Then you move from the idea stage to the creation stage. If you can't do it yourself, hire someone to translate your ideas into physical reality. And a final tip, as you're working with your idea, keep in mind the fundamental principles of creating an artwork. In my opinion, the most important elements to consider for the garden are shape, texture, and color. And the most important organizing principles are repetition versus variety, scale or the relative size of objects to each other and their surroundings, and visual movement, or where and how your eye is directed. There aren't any strict rules that you have to follow when you organize objects for your garden, but if you learn and use these concepts, it'll help you visually unify everything into an aesthetically pleasing presentation. Experimenting and taking risks are part of the fun of enhancing your personal garden space. I encourage you to find your unique expression, to explore ideas, and to develop designs of your own. Happy gardening.